Hey, here's how to set up your own modded Minecraft server using Forge. Now there are 3 parts to this process, and the bonus part if you want your friends to join the server over the internet. Part 1 is downloading the mod loader and the mods. Part 2 is installing and setting up the server. Part 3 is installing and setting up the client. And the bonus part is the port forwarding, which you need to do to get your friends to join you. Now let's get into it. The first thing we'll do is to download the mods, and then we'll download the mod loader. So open up your browser, go to curseforge.com, there we go. Choose Minecraft. You'll get straight into the mod packs section. Now these are handpicked mod packs that are really feature complete. They have a lot of content, but they can be pretty big and take a long time to load. So there are some upsides and some downsides by using mod packs. We won't be using mod packs today. We'll pick our own mods when we set up this server. So hit the mods section here. Here you'll see a list of all the mods that are available, 982 pages. What we want to do is you can sort by different versions here. You can even sort by the different mod loaders. We're going to use Forge, but we don't want to sort for it. Here you have the latest Minecraft version. I could choose that to pick my mods and set up a server for 1.16, but there aren't that many mods that have been updated. Thank you, Java. That have been updated to 1.16 yet, because every mod needs to be updated when there comes a new update of Minecraft, but that doesn't always happen. So a lot of the mods are stuck at version 1.12.2. So I'm actually going to choose this version, and when it refreshes here, you'll see that we have 418 pages of mods, so a huge amount of mods for this Minecraft version. Now let's download a mod just as an example. Let's download Biomes of Plenty. Now when you're going to download a mod, just let me go back here actually. Don't click this download button, because it will download the latest version of the mod, and that version is usually for newer Minecraft versions. So if we go into Biomes of Plenty, you can see that we would have downloaded the 1.16, and we don't want that because we're going for the 1.12 server. So can be smart to, when you choose your mods, to read the description of the mods, because as we can see here, for 1.12.2 we need to set the level type. I'll show you this afterwards, but we need to set that to biomes up. So do read this. They can also be dependencies, so that this mod won't work unless we have another mod. But let's download it. If you can't see the download for the mod in the right window here, then you have to go to Files and scroll down, and you get to this big list. This list is just for 1.16, so let's hit View All. Then we can hit this drop down list and choose Minecraft 1.12.2. Download the latest one, which is at the top here. Save the file. And my super fast internet, yeah, I've already downloaded this once. I had to practice for this tutorial so it would be smooth. Here's the mod. We can just delete that because I already have it. So this is the same mod. Now we're going to download the Forge installer. I already have it here, but I'll show you where to get it. Open your browser and download it, or just search for Forge installer. Don't click the ad, click on this one. As you can see here, there are this is the mod loader, the Forge mod loader, and they update the mod loader to every version of Minecraft, and we need it for 1.12 and specifically 1.12.2. So click on that and you get these two boxes here. Just choose the recommended one, even though the versions are completely the same, but choose the recommended one. So hit the skip button up here and then save the file. That will be downloaded. Already have that, so I can just delete it. Now we've done all the downloading we need. Close your browser. Alright, on to part 2. Let's install and set up the Forge server. So it's pretty simple to start. Just open this one and we get this nice little window and we'll choose install server. You have to change this location or this directory, and now you need to specify where you want to save the server. So I'll go into documents and I'll create a new folder. Just call it Minecraft server and hit open. So you can see here we will install the entire Forge server into the Minecraft server folder. Hit OK. This will download and install or get the files that we need to start setting up our server. My internet is slow, so I'll skip along to the end. Alright, so the Minecraft server has been installed successfully. So hit OK. Now we'll set up the server and let's browse to the documents folder. Head into the Minecraft server and you can see we've got 4 new files in here. This folder was just empty before. So what we want to do is to first just double click the Forge jar. So it appears you need to run the Minecraft server file first, because then you will have the server properties and the eula.txt in your folder. And the eula.txt we need to open and set this to true. It will be false. This is to agree to this agreement, blah blah blah. You know, everyone likes to read those things. Now the next thing we need to do, or we don't need to, but it's nice to create a .bat file to start the server with. And this .bat file is like a command file. We do that by right clicking, going to new and going to text document. Let's call this start server and let's call it .bat. We get this error message, or not error message, but a warning that if we change it to .bat, we will change the file properties, kind of. We do want to change it. You see the icon also changes and it's now a Windows batch file. And that's like a file where you can put commands in the file, and when you run the file, it will run all the commands. If you don't see this .bat extension, you can go up to View and check this box here, File Name Extensions. If I take it off, you see it removes all the extensions. And if you check it, you see the extension. Now let's edit. I'm gonna paste in this command right here. I'll leave it in the description of the video, so it's easy for you to get it. This, well, what this does is just, it's running Java, and this is the amount of RAM that your server will have, and this is the amount in gigabytes. So this server will run with 1 GB of RAM. Now, if you have a computer with 8 gigs of RAM, it can be possible to allocate 4 gigs to the server. It might make your computer a little bit slow, but at least then the server has a lot to run on. I would recommend though to start off just using 2 GB, and then if you need more, you know, you can just shut off the server, update this to 3, and then start it. You need to update both of them to 3 and then start it again. I'm going to choose 2 here. Then you need to put in the name of the server that you want to start. So let's just save this first. We can go in here, and you want the file to start the Forge server. So we'll just replace this with that. Save. And now if we start this black window will appear, and it will actually start up the server now. Here we go, and we get this server window. Now, if you don't want the server window to pop up, you can go into the bat file, edit it, and type in no GUI in here. I prefer to have the GUI, so that's up to you. The server should be, yep, it's, when you see this, it should be done loading. Now, what you want to do is we want to put in the mod to the server. So how we do that is we need to close the server. When you close the GUI, you close also the black command line window. So let's get the mod. It should be in our downloads folder, biomes aplenty, copy it, go back to documents and the Minecraft server. You'll see a mods folder has appeared here. Go into that, it should be empty, paste in your mod. Now, as we saw in the description of the mod, we need to update the server properties. So let's go into that. We need to find the where is it now? Actually, I think I just want to go back to the mod just to see what I actually need to put in. 1.12.2 biomes aplenty. We're on mod packs. Let's go to mods. And then 1.12.2. There we go. Biomes aplenty. Level type in the server properties file. That's where we were. To biomes up. Level type. There we go. Oops. Do I have to use big letters? I think I do. Biomes up. Save that. Close it out. We can just minimize this in case we need it later. And then we can just... Then you need to delete the world folder. This world folder is where all the data for the world is saved. So all the chunks, all the squares in the world is saved there. And when you add the biomes aplenty add-on, you need to make it regenerate the whole map again. So you need to delete the world folder. Just refresh. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll start the server again. And here we go. It's creating the spawn area. And that's it. It's done. All right. So the Minecraft server should be ready now for people to, or actually not completely ready for people to join. We need to do the IP stuff. So if people want to, on your network, if you have like a couple of friends over on your network and you want them to connect to your server, you need to specify your IP in the server properties file. I'll show you what I mean. So the server properties are, all the properties of the server. And there is a field called server IP, and we need to populate this with your IP. The way you find your IP is go to run, type in cmd, hit OK, and then you type in ipconfig. Right here, you'll see several adapters. It can have different names. Mine is Ethernet adapter, and then the name of the adapter. The name of your adapter can be different, but yeah. It starts with Ethernet adapter and then usually Ethernet or maybe something else. Look down here at IPv4 address. That's your IP address. Copy that and paste it in here. And then that's all we need for now. Save this. So now when you want your friends to join you, They just need to type in this address right here and they'll be able to join you. Now, what might happen if if your friends are there for one night and they come back the next day or a week later, your IP might have changed. So you need to do the same process, find out what your IP is, and then update the server properties file again. That is everything we need to do to set up the server. Now let's set up the client. To set up the client, it's almost the same procedure kind of as setting up the server. And we do it from the Forge installer file again. Just execute that. And instead of choosing the install server, we'll this time choose install client. And the path to your Minecraft installation is what pops up here. If you install Minecraft in another folder, you need to browse and find out where that is. I've installed mine in the default folder, so just hit OK. And this went really fast for me because I already installed it, so I didn't have to do anything. Might take a little bit more time for you, but this should be the message that pops up if everything has gone successfully. Hit OK, and we'll open up our Minecraft game, or the Minecraft launcher. And as you will see here, you can actually choose the different versions of Minecraft. So right now I have 1.16.5, but I can also choose now the 1.12.2, which wasn't there before. We need to add the mod. So here's the mod we chose. You need to add that to your client. So copy the mod, copy, and we'll go up here and we type in %appdata %, and that brings us right into the folder before the Minecraft installation folder. Go into that and you should see a folder called mods. Go into that. I've already practiced a little bit, so I already have the mod file here, but just paste it here. I can just delete that. There we go. Paste it in there. And let's go back now to the documents folder. So let's test everything. Go into the Minecraft server folder. Use the start server.bat file. Alright, the server is up and running. Open up your Minecraft launcher. Make sure the Forge version is chosen. Hit play. And it takes a little bit longer to launch the Forge Minecraft version than the default one. But when you only have one mod, it shouldn't take that long. But if you have a mod pack, it can actually take up towards 7 minutes or 8 minutes. And if you have a really slow computer, it can take a long while. Let's go into multiplayer and hit direct connect. Now I already tried it, so this is my server IP. I can join with this one. It's the same as we put into the server properties file. So let's hit join server. So I managed to join the server now. I had some problems logging in the first time. I just needed to restart the server and it was okay. As you can see here, I'm in a pretty big mountain range and this is not one of the standard vanilla biomes, so I know the Biomes Aplenty mod is working now. So that's about it. That's how you download the mods on the server, how you install the mods and install the server, and set them up properly. Now the last part is the port forwarding part. That is a little bit complicated, but not really. I'll try to explain it to you in simple words. The port forwarding part is you have to do that if you want your friends to be able to join your Minecraft server over the internet. So without further ado, let's head into that. Now, port forwarding, let me just explain what that is first. It's kind of simple. So what happens is that when you host a server on your local network, you have an IP address and you have a port. And that IP address and that port is available on your local network. So kind of at your house, but not outside to the real world. So what you do when you port forward is that you log into your router and you say to the router that the port on my computer with this IP, which was in my case 192.168.1 or .0.2, you tell the router that the Minecraft port on that computer will be forwarded to the outside of the router so that the internet have access to the port. I'll show you a little bit closer here what I mean. If we go into the Minecraft server folder and we go into the server properties, you can see this is your inside IP and this is the port to your Minecraft server. Now, what we want to tell our router is that this server or this PC right here wants to forward this port to the outside of the network, because the router is like the gateway to your to the internet. So now you want to log on to your router, and I'll show you how you can find the IP address to your router. You can kind of guess the IP address because it's usually the same address, but I'll show you anyway. If you, just so you know, you can right click here. I already had a command prompt open. You can right click it and hit this button. It will show up a new window. It's the same as hitting run, typing in CMD and hitting OK. It's the same thing. Go in here, type ipconfig, and we get the same window as earlier. Now you can see your IP address, and you can see the gateway of this computer, which is where it goes to go out on the internet. So this right here is actually the IP to your router. Let's copy that and head into the browser and just paste it into your browser, and it should give you the login page. Now you have to find the username and password for your router. It's often on the back side of the router, but it can also be changed so that the note on the back side of your router doesn't the login details there doesn't work anymore. But log into your router, and then you want to find the port forwarding section. It's on my router, it's under settings and advanced settings and port forwarding. And I've already set this up. As you can see here, the port forwarding section and the IP address that you want to forward the port to. And I've actually set up a bigger range. This is the only port that you need to open if you want people to join you. But if you want people outside to have like possibility to send commands to the server, you also need to open up some more ports, and this is the range that you want to open up. And this is the protocol. Just choose TCP and UDP. These are the most used protocols. But we can delete this, and I'll show you how to set it up. Port forwarding, add new. Just type in your IP address, the same as you have in your file here, this one. And then the port range. You can find your port here, and you can find the Archon port. Or actually, I don't know if you need that port on this version of Minecraft. I think it's on a later version of Minecraft. So you can just put in 25565, 25565. Just make sure both the protocols are checked and hit apply. So now you have made sure that when people want to join your server, they can just go to your router, and your router will know where the information should be forwarded to. That's what the port forwarding does. So you tell the router that you have this port on your computer, and you want the router to forward all the traffic coming into that port to the same port but on your computer. For your friends, if they want to join you, they would need to know the address of the router, and that is the IP address. It's not this IP address, because that is the inside IP address of the router. The router also have an outside IP address, and you can find that by just going to Google and searching for my IP. And if you're lucky, Google will give it to you right away. If not, you will need to go into some of the websites that appear in the search. Then you need to just copy this IP address, and that is your public IP address, and send it to your friends, and they should be able to join your server as long as your server is up and running. Now again, this IP address can also change, so you will have to make sure if they want to join your server in maybe a week's time, the IP address might be different. It usually doesn't change unless you restart your router, so it can take a long while until you get a new IP, but it can also happen while your router is online, just so you know. That should be everything about port forwarding. Sometimes it just, I've done port forwarding before, and it's just been a pain in the butt, but usually it works pretty well. So if you want, you can leave me some comments. I'll see if I can help you out. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked. If you got any help from this video, that would be greatly appreciated. If you would like to subscribe, there will be more tutorials about different technical things, and I'll see you later.